Hey gamers, today we're going to look at Frutticola. Let's check it out. Setup for the game is easy. What you're going to do is you're going to set up each one of these trees on the player board, either on their 4 or 2 to 3 player side. I've laid them all flat so you could see them. You're going to have your little round tracker here. It comes on stands too. I'm laying it flat so you can see them. You're going to start in the spring, end in the winter. You're going to shuffle these 1 and 2 deck tiles, deal out 1. You're going to use the level 1s for spring and summer. After that, when it gets to fall and winter, you'll use the little tiles from the 2 deck here. And you're going to randomly put out some 5 of them here on the board. You're going to put these 2 little generic workers on the board too. You're going to deal out 5 of these Frutticola cards to each player. This is just an extra bonus in the game for anyone who has 3 of the same color. If they're the first one to get it, they can get one of these, so you can have those out if you're playing with that module. This is goals that you can achieve during the game, and of course, once someone achieves them, everyone has 3 cubes of their color. Once they achieve them, they can put on the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, depending on when they finished in it. So once they complete a certain action, they just put it over there and they will get that money associated with whatever turn they came in, 1st, 2nd, or 3rd. The fruit track is already predetermined in the game. You're going to do oranges here, lemons, apples, peaches, strawberries, and blueberries right there on the 16 spot. After that, there are alternate ways to begin this game, but the advanced way and the way you're going to want to do it is you're going to shuffle this deck, give out 3 of these cards to each player, and do the old pick and pass and play. You know, pick and play, pick and pass, whatever. I hate that, so I just deal out 3 to each player and let those be it. And you can get pesticides or fertilizers, a little bit of both, or sometimes fruit, sometimes money. You know, you may get a little extra places to hold fruit in the game. You just leave that out if that was the case. But anyway, once everyone's gotten their rewards, then you're going to start, again, this is with the advanced game, when everyone has 5 cards. There's only 4 rounds, but you have 5 cards. So in the first round, what you're bidding for is a special ability in the game. You'll shuffle this deck, deal out as many of these pink cards as there are players in the game, and then let them bid for who's going to pick 1st, 2nd, 3rd for these special abilities to have in the game. How that works is they're going to look at their cards and pick whichever number they want. Now, the lowest number of all these, of all the players, is going to be able to pick 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, obviously. But you have to decide, do I want to give up my lowest single number right here just for this special ability in the game? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But I love that, and I think everyone should start that way. You'll also have your own little crate where you can keep up to 9 fruits. So you're going to need extra crates to hold fruit here, or on little special cards that you can get in the game at the beginning. Some of the cards I showed you there that come with extra crates. Once it is full and you're getting more fruit or jam, you hold jam on these too. Once you have too much fruit and jam, you have to boot something out to put something down in there. You're also going to come with all of these little workers here. You're going to get 3 of each. You have I can't remember what this guy's called. Let's just call him the regular worker there. And this guy with the pitchfork is the farmer. You're going to have 3 each. And depending on which cards you play, will tell you what type of workers you'll be having for that round. There's paper money here, which I'll talk about later. You have a little spot for your pesticides and fertilizers. So how the gameplay goes is extremely simple. Again, every player is going to look at their cards that they have in their hand. In this case, if you're playing the advanced game, it'd be 4. They're going to decide which one of these cards they want to play. Now, each of these cards will tell you what workers and in what order you'll get to play those orders on the side. At the same time, it'll also say at the bottom if you have any special abilities for that round. Okay? Now, sometimes the lower cards will have some of the weakest stuff, but that means you're also going first as well. So you look at the special ability, look at the amount of workers, keep it secret, everyone reveals at the same time. You go from lowest number to highest number, and that is the playing order. What you're also going to want to do is you're going to want to bring out that many workers and put them in that order. So for instance, I'd have 2 of these farmers here, then I'd put one of my builders there, let's say, and then another farmer. And I would have to play them from top to bottom in that order. That's very important. After that, you can take any bonuses, or just keep in mind those bonuses you'll have are just for that round, not for the entire game. Now, after that, it's just basic worker placement. Although in some areas, only farmers can go. For instance, these 2 trees. If I pay the necessary resources on this circle or this circle here, I will get the fruit indicated at that tree there. Here I get my choice of orange or lemon. Here I get 2 peaches, 2 apples, a choice of a peach or an apple. Here I get my choice of a strawberry or blueberry. This one cost me nothing. This one cost me 1 fertilizer to go to. Now, of course, once you place there, you block those off for the other players. Other things you can play on is, of course, this market area. First, let me talk to you about this town hall, this town area where you buy stuff. The first spot is free, but after that, you have to pay $2, $4, $6 to go on these. And then there's an all space here that says $8 you can go to. And on top of that money you pay here, you're also paying this money, $1 through $7. So it can be very expensive to start getting some of these tiles. However, if you place the farmer there, like it says on the board here, you get a minus $2 discount. So for instance, if I was the first one to play here, it cost me 0 here, so I'm at negative $2. So I can technically take this card for free because it costs $2. Or maybe I wanted this tile here. That just cost me $1 instead of 3 because of my discount. Again, maybe next time I go and I put a farmer here. Well, he negates the $2 it costs to go there, so any of these are just at cost value and I can buy another one. That's kind of how it works. Again, no one's ever blocked out at the end. The choices are the poorest, but these rectangle areas mean you can put as many players as you want. Now over here is where you get to sell some jam. If you make jam, I'll talk about making jam in a minute, but you'll convert fruit into these little jars of their color, what type of jam it is. And here you can sell 3, 2, which is only 2 spaces each for those, and then 1 here. And you have to put multiple people there to sell 1 at a time. However, if you have the guy with the shovel, the builder or whatnot, the worker there, if you put him in any of these spaces, he's going to be able to sell that many plus another one. So he can actually sell more jam and make more money on that turn. Over here is where the farmer can get farmer or builders can go here and get pesticides or fertilizers. If they place, there's only 1 spot for the 3, they can get any combination they want, maybe 2 fertilizers and 1 pesticide, or 2 pesticides and 1 fertilizer, their choice. But if they played the farmer there, they would get a bonus, either pesticide or fertilizer. And of course, right here, they'd only get 1. This area here is how you make the jam. This is how the jam's made, baby. And of course, if you build one of these shovel people there, what you're going to do is you're going to get a +1 to any number indicated here on the board. And how you make jam, you're going to combine 2 fruits. So if I had 2 oranges of the same color, I turn them into orange jam or marmalade, let's say. And the same thing, I can do as many of those as I put workers here subsequently, or as indicated on the board. Finally, over here, if you're a shovel guy, you can't go here, but it's only 1 spot per round. A farmer can go here, pay $3, and get 2 generic workers. These generic workers can basically do anything unless, maybe if it exclusively asked for the farmer there, they couldn't go there. But it just gives you some extra actions in the game each round. Of course, first come, first served for there. Now, when you are selling jams, there's one other thing I forgot to tell you could do. If you don't have a particular jam, but you have 3 of the same type of fruit, you can sell that for a jam as well. So for instance, I don't have apple jam here, but I have 3 green apples, so I can trade them in and essentially get the same price as the apple here for a jam. Another thing is, whenever you sell jams, whatever it is, let's say I sold 3 lemons. Okay, well then the lemon's moving down 1 because I sold lemons this round. And I sold 2 peaches, so I moved the peach down, okay? Whatever jam was sold that round by that player or that turn, you're going to move these resources down. Now at the end of each round, all the resources will move 1 back up the track. But anytime players will, like maybe apple's really popular this time of year and 2 other players played it, it'll shift down even more. Obviously there's more in the market, so it's cheaper to get. But at the end of the round, like I said, all of these fruit will move up 1 space. And then of course, you'll take your little round marker and clip it onto the summer and play again. The round continues until the 4th round, until everyone's played their last card. After that happens, then you're gonna have what's called the Christmas sale. In the Christmas sale, all of the fruit move down 1 space. And then you can sell off any remaining jams at a lower value on your player board. And of course 3 fruit can also equal a jam as well. Now the only thing about this is if there's some kind of in-game or mid-game point here about selling certain amount of jams in a round, the Christmas sale does not count to achieve any of these little goals here, but it can give you a lot of money at the end. Now after that, whoever has the most money wins the game. Final thoughts, what do you think about the game? Well, you know what, I just noticed there's no plums or blackberries in the game. I would have loved some blackberry jam, some plum jam. What are we doing lemon when we called it marmalade? And why is there no grape in here? That's besides the point. The game looks beautiful, but let me get into some of the common cons people say. I forgot to mention, my version came with these cardboard punch-out tokens. They are not mentioned in the rulebook whatsoever. I think they were meant to be money, but there's not enough of it. Unless you're playing a two-player game, maybe you could use these. There's not enough money here to go around to all the players. So I'm not really sure what this is, but let me get to some of the negative comments I've heard from people about the production of the game. And I'll tell you if it's warranted or not. The first thing I hear is the trees, the punch board for the trees. Everyone tears the stems off because it wasn't that good. Yes, that is true. You want to get this game used with someone else who's kind of fixed that problem, or I got an unpunched, scared me half to death, but all I did was took a pocket knife and kind of cut it out. Now, should I have had to do that? No, but my trees are fine. By the way, the trees are firm, they work well. Another problem people have with the trees is they stand up, and they can only face one way. So certain players, if you're playing around a table, they won't be able to see where that fruit is, where those players are. Okay, it's inconvenient, I'll give you that, but what we did is we just turned the tree. And the little worker stayed on it most times, but we just turned the tree, usually at its base, to that player so they could see what the trees did. Yeah, inconvenient, but not a deal breaker. Another thing people say is, oh my gosh, the fruit rolls everywhere. No, it doesn't. Unless you're, flicking it here and there. It does, it rolls here and there every once in a while, but it's not bad. Everyone talks about how awful the blueberries are. Folks, my blueberries have a fine base. They stand on there perfectly. No one had an issue with little blueberries running everywhere, which I thought we would, but we didn't. Another complaint is the print on the tiles and cards is way too small. That's kind of fair. We did have a few issues. One of my gamers had an issue reading the font and everything and reading the cards, but make sure you're in a well-lit area. Also, those gold cards, those 3 gold cards you pick, it's kind of hard to determine the shades of purple, so it's not for the colorblind. All right, I'll give it that. What was the other complaint I heard? Oh yeah, the other complaint I hear is paper money. Yeah, paper money is unfortunate too, but it's good quality paper or good quality, I don't know, it's got some kind of sheen on it or whatnot. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. I didn't have a problem with the paper money. And then the last one, they said the box is way too big. That is true. Folks, this box, imagine a box 50% of this, okay? Or actually, it could be this size right here. Is that 50%? Oh, that's less than 50%. So imagine one about 45 to 40% cheaper if it was just this size. The box needs to be at least this size, a little bit bigger, and it holds everything. And by the way, half of the depth here too, and it could fit the whole game in there. I have no idea why they put such a huge box, a small game in a huge box. If they'd put this in a nice little wrap box and everything, I think it would have sold better because it feels like a novelty. Not for the prices it's going for online, but all that set aside, I love the game. I think the fruit looks beautiful. The jars are wonderful. Playing cards in order. That's the most incredible thing about this worker placement game, because you have to play those farmers or workers in the order that they came out on the card. And that can be aggravating because I don't want to play my builder right now. I don't want to sell jam. I want to do some more collections. But he's the last one who can sell +1 jam. Or vice versa. I don't want to use my worker to sell jam yet because if I can get the farmers the first, I'll get tons of fruit that I can convert to jam. I don't want to use this action right now. But that's one of the problems, that's one of the problems other people have with this game, is they're just looking at the low number and the amount of workers they get, but they forget the order. You're looking at the special ability, you're looking at, the number was really the last thing I was looking at, to be honest with you. I mean, sure, it's great to go first. You want to go first in some of those spots, but I wasn't looking at the number after like the second round, the first game we played, and any other game afterwards. I was looking at what order these people are coming out in. What do I need right now? And what special ability do I need? Am I going to sell jam this week? No, I'm not selling jam this season. So this bonus for selling jam, that's out. All I'm going to be is collecting things. Do I want the 2 additional workers? People forget about those. Maybe I do. The crates that you can buy, the little crate tiles. Yes, you want some of those. You will spend some of your hard-earned cash to get some of those bonuses. Just to get the extra fruit or extra bonuses, or sometimes it's an in-game goal that you can get at the end of the game. I had one that for every pesticide and fertilizer combo I had, I got an additional 4 victory points. No one saw that tile, and then when the game ended up, I cashed in like 12, 16 victory points and won the game, just like that. The Christmas sale at the end is really nice. I like that you can't achieve any of those gold cards at the end, because a lot of those cards like make X amount of money on one sale or sell 5 jams in one turn. It's really hard to do, but the Christmas sale, you sell it all. I like that you're selling extra fruit too. 3 of the same fruit counts as a jam. That's really smart too. Man, there's a lot to love about this game. It's so smart. It looks beautiful. It plays really smooth for me. And besides all the production issues, which are unfortunate, it is a fantastic game. Of course, Virginio Gigli. Hey, I love this guy. Of course I'm going to get his games. Now, can I recommend this? This is a hard choice. This game goes for like $50-something. Is it worth that much? No, maybe $40. Maybe $40. Fair price would be $35 or so. But you're not going to see it that cheap anywhere. This $50, $55, stuff like that. I got it in a trade, which is why I got it. And I love it, and it's got good pieces, and the gameplay is there, definitely. But just because of some of those unfortunate production issues, and the game is really it's a small game in a big box. And so it should deserve, I will say $40. $40. Someone to give away for $40. Pick it up, especially if you like Virginio Gigli like I do. I even like saying his name, Gigli. I'm probably mispronouncing that. Anyway, excellent game. Love it. Frutticola or Frutticola or whatever the heck you want to call it, I call it an excellent game. All right, gamers, that's it for now. Till next time, you know what to do. Game on!